I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Wake up, Weir.
Welcome to Weir Student Media's morning show. I'm Olivia Baker.
And I'm Jacob Taylor.
And this is Wake Up Weir.
First up, we have your daily announcements for Monday, February 12th.
Happy National Clean Out Your Computer Day.
Today's forecast calls for cloudy skies with a low of 33 and a high of 48.
For lunch, we are having crispy fish nuggets or barbecue pork rib sandwich, french fries, seasoned corn, diced peach cup, fresh fruit, and milk.
Happy birthday to Alex Gaia.
First up, we have a message from the girls' tennis team for you.
Do you want to win a $25 Sheets gift card? Because I know I do.
On Friday, February 23rd, the girls' tennis team will be hosting a rock, paper, scissors tournament.
It's only $2 to buy in.
The rules are simple. Those who have bought in will receive a beaded necklace on the day of the tournament.
You can challenge anyone else who also has a beaded necklace.
Challenges can only take place in between classes and at lunch.
However, it's single elimination, so once you lose, you're out. Once you receive 5 beaded necklaces, you can challenge a teacher who is participating.
However, this is not an excuse to be late to class.
The tournament ends at the start of fourth block.
Whoever has the most beads wins.
Good luck, everyone!
Thanks, girls. Anyone interested in the school-wide rock, paper, scissors tournament hosted by the girls' tennis team can sign up today for $2 during lunches. The last day to sign up is Wednesday, February 21st, and the event will take place next Friday, February 23rd.
In other news, results for the Student Council Matchematic Survey will be available this Wednesday, February 14th on Valentine's Day for $2 during lunches only. Proceeds will benefit the American Heart Association.
FBLA is collecting food and other items to donate to the Community Bread Basket through Friday, February 23rd before first block at the gym entrance. The grade level that donates the most items will be rewarded with a movie during first block on Friday, March 1st.
GAA members, be sure to submit a team roster to Miss Hype in A203 by next Wednesday, February 21st if you would like to participate in the GAA Olympics. Teams can have 6 to 10 GAA members. Forms can be found on the GAA teams page or outside of Miss Hype's room.
Got talent? Showed at the annual Kinsley Ard Memorial Talent Show, hosted by the class of 2025 on Sunday, March 3rd at 5 p.m. There are 3 age categories: elementary grades, K through 4, middle school, 5 through 8, and high school grades, 9 through 12.
Acts may sign up as solo, duo, trio, or groups of 4 or more. Cash prizes will be awarded to first, second, and third place in each school category. Those interested in participating should see Mr. Bennett or Ms. Palavis for a form to sign up by February 23rd.
Now for your sports information.
There will be a meeting for all boys interested in participating in boys track today at 2 p.m. in the gym lobby. The boys will be released to buses from the meeting.
Good luck to the sports teams competing this evening.
The girls' basketball team has their senior night tonight at home against Brooke, starting with 2 quarters of JV at 6 and varsity following at 7:30.
Finally, your fun fact of the day.
Kleenex was intended to be used for gas masks.
That's all for your daily announcements. Coming up, we bring you the weather, featured stories, interviews, trends, sports, and more.
Now, on with the show. This semester, we have some of your favorite Weir Student Media staffers and segments returning, along with new student reporters bringing fresh content for you.
First up, Cole Coranda keeps us updated with this week's weather forecast.
Good morning, Weir High School. I'm Cole Coranda, and I'm here to bring you your weather for the week. Starting off, Today is a low of 33 with a high of 44 with cloudy skies and a slight chance of rain. Tuesday it is going to be a low of 29 and a high of 41 with cloudy skies and a chance of rain. Wednesday it is going to be a low of 27 and a high of 38 with cloudy skies. Thursday it is going to be a low of 31 with a high of 40 with cloudy skies and a chance of rain. Finally, Friday it is going to be a low of 24 and a high of 35 with cloudy skies. That's all for today, Weir. Have a fantastic week.
Thanks, Cole. Looks like we'll need to keep those winter coats out a little longer.
Next, Jennifer Greathouse and Megan Brinkley report on one of Weir's newest classes, Miss Juarez's fashion design class, and their project to design new band uniforms.
For this week's episode, Jennifer and I decided to cover Miss Juarez's fashion design class, who helped design the new Weir High band uniforms.
How did you get the idea to design the new uniforms?
Actually, I was in a discussion with our band director, Mr. Torres, and he was telling me how the band was getting ready to fundraise for some new uniforms, hopefully, and that he was in the process of designing and how difficult it was. And at that point, I went, oh my gosh, I'm looking for a final project for fashion design. And so we kind of just from there brainstormed the idea.
What are your thoughts about the fashion design class designing the new uniforms?
I love the idea of them doing that. I approached Miss Juarez about it. Be like, is there a way we can collaborate? Talking to her, and then it just popped in my head. And it's a way for them to get used to designing some stuff for like a client, but actually having it used.
When do you think the uniforms will be brought into the school?
I'm currently talking to the one uniform company, and I'm hoping we can get them by next fall.
What went into designing the uniforms? What was your thought process or inspiration?
Before we started working, we did like a consultation with Mr. Torres to find out what he liked in the uniforms and what he didn't like. And then we went and we looked up different uniforms that had been used in the past.
How do you feel about your design being picked?
We were all really happy. We were kind of surprised, I think, but we were excited.
What went into designing the uniforms, or what was your thought process?
So, Mr. Torres, the band director, he gave us like the general idea of kind of what he wanted to see in the uniform. He let us look at uniforms from previous years and also gave us a website with pictures of what other bands had used. And I kind of combined a bunch of ideas from that based on what I knew he liked and the pictures I saw, and I took a lot of inspiration from that.
How do you feel about your design being picked?
I'm really excited because I worked really hard on my uniform design, and it's going to be it turned into an actual uniform for the next few years, so that's actually really exciting.
How do you feel about the new band uniform designs?
I think they look really nice. I really like the drum major uniform. I think it suits everyone better. The color schemes are nice too.
How do you feel about the new band uniforms?
I like them. The film commander one is a lot better than the other one in my opinion, but I like the white, I like the red. I think it looks very nice. Can't wait to actually wear them.
How do you feel about the new band uniforms?
I like them a lot. They look a lot more comfortable, and the Shakos, the hats, they look a lot more nice than what we have right now.
Thanks, Jennifer and Megan. Can't wait to see those uniforms when they're done.
Moving on, Kayla Vogel has a new segment for you with a faculty feature as she talks with Weir secretaries Michelle Petrella and Tracy Elo.
Welcome to the first episode of Faculty Feature. Today we are featuring Mrs. Elo and Mrs. Petrella in the main office. When you first walk in, you walk a little bit and you first see Mrs. Elo. And if you continue down the hallway, you will find Mrs. Petrella. What is your name?
My name's Tracy Elo.
And what is your job title?
I'm the finance secretary here at Weir High.
What is your favorite thing about your job?
My favorite thing is that it's not the same thing. Even though I write checks and do purchase orders all day long, there's always something different, always a different problem to tackle.
What is the hardest part about your job?
That it is never ending. It's like one giant game of Tetris. I get 2 things off my desk and 10 more show up, but I enjoy it.
Is there anything you would change about your job?
To be honest, no. My last job was extremely stressful. This is not stressful to me, so I enjoy everything I do.
Did you have to obtain a certain degree from college or high school to get this job?
I did not.
Thank you. What's your name?
Mrs. Michelle Petrella.
And what is your job title?
I'm the attendance secretary.
All right. How long have you been working here?
This is the start of my third year, well, the middle of my third year.
All right. And what is your favorite thing about your job?
Getting to know all of the students and the teachers at Weir High. I think everyone is really lovely, and it's one of my favorite things is to get to know everyone.
Do you think the school would operate if we didn't have such an amazing secretary like you?
Yes, I think the school would operate without me just fine. Thank you, though.
I disagree. What is your biggest pet peeve about your job?
I do have a pet peeve. The first one is doing interviews like this. That is a big pet peeve of mine. The second pet peeve I have is if you are in the building and you need to come into the main office, please do not come to the main office door to be buzzed in. There's a back door that you can enter, and it just brings you right into the office, and I suggest that you do that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kayla. We appreciate all that Miss Petrella and Miss Elo do to keep our school running.
Continuing to shine a spotlight on the best of Weir, Logan Wagner and Ronaldinani Spencer bring you this week's Senior Spotlight, showcasing 4 members of the class of 2024.
What's one thing you're looking forward to before graduation?
Receiving my patient care tech certification.
What's your favorite high school memory?
Probably my nursing class at the JDR.
And where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Having a steady job and continuing my education.
What will you miss most when you graduate?
Probably walking through the hallways with all my friends.
Thank you. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself as a pipe welder or somewhere in the field of welding.
What's your favorite high school memory?
Oh boy, favorite high school memory has to be just sitting with my friends in the lunchroom.
Yeah. What is one thing you're looking forward to before graduating?
Before graduating?
Yeah.
Probably getting my pipe certifications in welding.
What are you going to miss most when you graduate?
Just the generosity of people that I'm surrounded around.
Thank you. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
I see myself with a steady job.
Yep. What's your favorite high school memory?
Probably all the band games.
What's one thing you're looking forward to before graduating?
Me turning 18.
What will you miss most when you graduate?
Probably the teachers and friends.
Thank you.
Thanks, Logan and Ronaldinani. Weir Student Media needs more seniors to complete the Spotlight survey so we can highlight more members of the class of 2024. We want to highlight all of you, so scan the QR code on the screen now or check your email or the class Teams page for the link to participate.
Next up, Emily Gump and Lila Sisplinsky have an eye on entertainment with highlights from the Grammy Awards show.
Good morning, Wake Up Weir. I'm Lila Saplinsky. And I'm Emily Gump. And here's your entertainment segment. On Sunday, February 2nd, the annual Grammy ceremony was held and hosted by Trevor Noah. Some of the winners included Miley Cyrus, Boy Genius, Tyla, SZA, and Zach Bryan. Victoria Monet won New Artist, Snooze by SZA won Best R&B Song, and Taylor Swift's Midnights won Album of the Year. During Taylor's acceptance speech, she announced that she is coming out with a new album on April 19th called The Tortured Poets Department. Two of the night's strongest performances were from Billie Eilish's performance of What Was I Made For? And Olivia Rodrigo's performance of her song Vampire. Overall, the Grammys were a success to the most viewers, with 16.9 million people tuning in this year.
Here are students on how they feel about the 2024 Grammy ceremony.
Hi, I'm Liv Bine, and how I feel about Taylor Swift announcing her new album at the Grammys is very excited because we have prom and her new album in the same weekend.
I'm Mason Klink.
I'm Zion Spencer.
And Travis Scott deserved Album of the Year over Killer Mike.
I think Drake deserved it over Killer Mike.
My name is Janine Jeffers, and my favorite new artist of the year was Noah Kahan.
Thank you, everyone.
That's it for today. Have a great day, Weir.
Thanks, Emily and Lala.
For our next segment, we have an in-studio interview with members of the swim team. Jennifer Fiddler and Lizzie Jagella sit down with members of the swim team.
Regionals this year was a very great meet for me. I dropped time in both my events, and I managed to qualify for states in my one individual, and one of my relays qualified this year. But I was very much cheated out of my second individual, but we're not going to talk about it.
He was cheated.
I was cheated. But I performed very well, and I'm very happy for myself.
Leanna, what was like your reaction to Ryan's performance?
I was so happy because I love watching him swim the 500. It makes me feel really tired because he swims a lot faster than I do. But I loved watching him. I loved seeing his reaction when he figured out how much time he dropped, and our coaches running up to him and stuff. He just looked so happy. It was really nice.
So, like, how much of your time do you think is like spent on swimming?
Every single second of every single day.
Way too much.
I have no free time. I am always swimming. I swim from September to April, and then
From
June to July. So I only have May and August off.
And even then, he goes to the pool and swims laps sometimes, like just for fun.
Yeah, at work I would swim laps in August.
Well, you both are like kind of like social butterfly type people. So, like, I don't like, how do you manage like friendships with such a busy schedule?
A lot of our friends are on the swim teams we're on. Like, we have a bunch of friends from Brook and Indian Creek who swim with us for club swimming. So we kind of just see the people we're friends with at practices.
If you want to watch the rest of this episode, scan the QR code on the screen.
And if you would like to be featured or have any suggestions, scan the QR code and fill out the form.
Thanks, Jennifer. Good luck to the swimmers heading to states.
Now with sports, Janae Turner and Kevin Phillips capture winter sports highlights, and rider athletes share their take.
Good morning, Weir. I'm Janae Turner.
And I'm Kevin Phillips.
First up on our sports segment is boys basketball. They won the city championship on January 27th with a score of 70-43. We interviewed junior Anthony Jeffers about their big win.
Who am I here with?
Anthony Jeffers.
How did the energy affect your gameplay?
The intensity of like the crowds and stuff, you know, it really brought an impact to the game and stuff like that, you know. And the like the pressure on defense, it really helped, you know.
How did you feel after winning the city championship?
Good. Big accomplishment, and yeah, great team win.
Next up is girls basketball. They also won the city championship on February 5th with a score of 69-33. The leading scorer was Raina Hoover with 28 points.
Who am I here with?
Raina Hoover.
How did the energy affect your gameplay?
You know, we came out, we did what we had to do. It wasn't a very tough game, so it was good.
How did you feel after winning the city championship?
Good. I mean, it wasn't that hard, so it's like wasn't that much of an accomplishment, but it's always good to beat Madonna, and it was good for our team.
Then we have boys wrestling. Congratulations to Sean Young for achieving his 100th win at Buckeye Local against Martins Ferry. Here's an interview with Sean on what this means to him.
Who am I here with?
Sean.
How did it feel after that match?
I felt pretty good.
How much does it mean to you?
It's just like shows my hard work and dedication to the sport.
Thank you.
Next is bowling. The bowling team won OVAX for the third time in a row. They were led by senior Shane Arnold, who bowled the first game with a 276 and had a 470 series.
Who am I here with?
Shane Arnold.
How did you prepare for OVACs?
Basically, I just bowled the night before for a couple hours just to get myself loose, and then that's pretty much it.
How did it feel to win your last OVAC championship?
It felt good. This is our third one in a row, and the last year we won by 1 pin, so it was really scary. And of course, we had to come back from behind again this year, and we just kept ourselves together. We never lost, and we won.
Thank you.
The cheer team also had their OVACs on February 3rd at West Bengo. They placed second in their category.
Also, the swim team had their regionals on February 3rd at Brook. Congratulations to Ryan Owen and the boys medley relay. Alex Gallo, Max Wood, Josh Cooper, and Ryan Owen for qualifying for states.
Their state meet is February 15th and 16th at the Aquatic Center in Morgantown.
Finally, the dance team had their one and only dance competition at Wheeling Park, where they placed third in their category.
That's all for the sports segment.
Now back to Liv and Jacob.
Thanks, Janae and Kevin, for recognizing those top sports moments. Good luck to the winter sports teams as they wrap up their seasons.
Finally, we have Cadence and Haley with your take of the day.
I like doing arts and crafts with my friends.
Candy.
Eating chocolate. Giving out chocolate.
Reese cups.
Chocolate. Chocolate. Starburst.
Thanks, Cadence and Haley.
That wraps this episode of Wake Up Weir.
Have a spectacular week, everyone.